There. Am I recording? There. I'll plug in another mic later. I gotta look through all these guitars. This is a stack. Then it goes up and up. One stack. Two, there's a stack that goes all the way back to the wall. And then these two just sitting up there. What's this? Just all this. All of this is Randy Rhoads guitars. That's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Rhoads guitars. There's a Gene Simmons bass. There's my Kiss Love Gun. Some various dime thing. These go all the way back here. This is where I store most of them, and some of them are other places. Like I just kind of throw whatever. Okay, there's it. Poor Ibanez bass. Maybe I'll play that a little tonight too. I don't know. Such a beautiful thing, and they're all just thrown around because I don't know where to put anything. And what do you do with this many? I mean, I've got more guitars and basses than a guitar store. Well, a local one in Burbank, at least. And then it goes all the way back, stack, all the way back. So there's like 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 right here. Another 2 Les Pauls. I can tell that's the Ace one. The real Ace one. Kind of tell by the Gibson and the got his signature when he was out here. This is the blue one, I think. Somewhere. How do I open that shit? This is it. Let's see, I switched these. I don't know if you can see what kind they are, but it's actually blue abalone shell and a chrome knob. And then the way this is set up is really hard to figure out, but it's a really ingenious way the way the guy wired it. So I can go this pickup, then these, then that, and then that, and then that. And that's all controlled with how I have this and how I have this knob. It's a special. Is it that one or this one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh boy. But this is like, and can you see the blue strings? Blue strings. Let's see, since no one believes it's Gibson, I just put a little beep, little ruby, like a diamond thing on the eye. I'm not gonna ever get rid of it, so I can do whatever I want with it. And people can think whatever they want. When it finally does sell, with my son, whenever he gets it, who knows how much it'll be worth then. And then people can tear it apart and figure out what it really is. There's a big difference between that guitar and those Chinese ones. And I showed you the difference. I don't know if I showed you exactly between this one, but I put that Chinese, the one that I bought online. I bought that online, Chinese. That's a Chinese guitar. It says Gibson. Here, no, it doesn't say Gibson there. It says Michael D. I took the Gibson off, and I put that Gibson on. And it actually looks better than their Gibson. They just had a Gibson on the truss rod cover. But that's a Chinese guitar. This Gibson, this whatever, Explorer. And sounds like it. I hadn't touched any of the hardware or the electronics or the pickups, and it sounds like junk. It plays great because I've had it set up. All these are really Epiphones. Or, the custom shop crap. They did some, I don't know what happened or what was going on, but, that's how I got this early. Because Ace decided he wasn't going to do, $7 billion blue. Something happened. So he only had a few made for him and his brother and some other friends and family, and that's it. That's the only ones that got the Gibson custom shops. This one was hard to get. It does not have a serial number on it. So he said feel free to put whatever number you want because it's not supposed to exist. So I'm still thinking. I don't even know how to put a serial number on a guitar. Isn't that like stamped in or burnt in or something? Jeez. Well, where is this serial number right here? On this guy. But that's a sticker. This is a nice bass. But these are too nice. There's my another Gibson that I got for nothing. Because the guy said, well, I played with it, live, and he kind of, he said that, ooh, that's only how much? It's a Punisher. But he said the headstock was a little beat. I can't even tell where he was talking about. I only paid $200 for this. It's a Gibson Blackbird, and it's great. It's actually sound. It's got one sound. You have to control the tone and everything with the amp, and that is not an easy thing to do. I'll tell you right now. It's not easy. So, there's the Blackbird, there's that, and here's the Punisher. I got it hooked up to my little Ampeg cube thing over there. That thing's a cool sounding, for what it is. It's like a 30 watt with a 10-inch speaker or 12, I don't know. Whatever it is, I played it at Guitar Center. I go, how much? And they said, $100. I go, $90. They go, fine. I go, 90 out the door. They said, okay, fine. So I got it for 90 out the door. But here you go. I don't know what you're just looking at from. Oops. How hard it is to play bass with no band? It's almost impossible. How do you, that's why I hate it. When I played bass, I never practiced. The only practice I got is when we rehearsed. Because, what do? You either play along with the song, which is sometimes fun, or you just, you can't just practice a song like you can on guitar. It's like... starting to play something, and then I just goofed around. Does this sound like Gene? That's got that Gene. Can't practice bass. This is set up so weird. You can't. This is in a weird place. I haven't touched this bass. It's like spotless. There's not a thing wrong with this. It's just been sitting in the whatchamacallit. Is that where they put it? That is a very stupid place to put that. It's like thunk. And the other one's here. I don't know. Alright. Gene. But does this one sound anything like Nikki 6? It sounds nothing like Nikki 6. In any of it. Sounds like a... doesn't even sound like a Thunderbird. It's just... bleh. So you have to go over there and turn down everything. I can't stand this. I mean, it's decent. I guess it's alright. It's cool to have because it's in 6 Blackbird and all that crap. I put that 6 there, by the way. But it's useless. It's got one sound. Bass. It doesn't have that really cool Thunderbird sound. At least if you flipped it on and you just had Thunderbird, everything cranked, playing both, and you got that grand piano sound like you're playing with a piano strings. That's a Thunderbird. This just sounds like a... this is more like a crap bird. I wasn't going to say a shit bird, but... what's that? That sounds like... but, well, whatever. You know, I got it. It's such a good price, I had to buy it. I mean, you'd be an idiot not to. And then these, I got both this and the red and the black and white and the red and black. No, black and white and the red and white checkered. I got them both for $500 bucks. That's a friggin' steal. I had to do it. So I got these things. And they sound pretty good. They sound better than that damn Nikki 6 thing. At least I can turn it down. And here, no, this is like the only bass I have with no toggle switch, or no switch of any kind. You just have a tone and 2 volumes. It's weird. Let me see. Put this on. Then the tone. I forgot how it went. I used to know that song because I was in that tribute band. I'll have to relearn it, but Believer, you know, whatever. That was an easy one to learn. I love playing this. I love playing all those Ozzy songs. Those are fun to play. When you learn them, oh, that band was tight. The last Blizzard band we had was friggin' tight. I mean, we would sell out clubs. We started to play more shows than... No, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this later. The guitar player, Ruben Reza, he's going to come down here and play a little on some of my Randy guitars in a week or two. And he's going to play a little bit of Ozzy stuff, enough so I don't get in trouble and they don't jump all over me for copyright, and you know, I won't have the money thing, so they won't have to worry about having their ads there and having to pay me, because YouTube is whining. You know, they owe me thousands of dollars. I've got I had almost 300,000 views, and I took down like 100 and something videos just in case. I mean, I put up a video of my band. We were playing all original songs that I wrote, either all of or part, you know, at least half, at least the music or half the music or whatever. And they said, oh no, we were playing Elton John, Barry Manilow, you know, all these crazy, and I'm thinking, you're not even close. I mean, at least if they got like us mixed up with Motley Crue or Judas Priest or something, but they were like in a whole different thing. And they're saying, oh yeah, could be copyright infringements because it sounds kind of like that, you know, an Elton John song, or that song kind of sounds like a Barry what? Or a metal band playing at the friggin' country club, bunch of vampires. Yeah, we're playing Elton John, Barry Manilow. They might play together, if you know what I mean. But we didn't play any of their songs. And that's the truth, baby. I don't know what I'm even talking about. I was going to do something with the guitar, but I don't feel like playing guitar, and I certainly don't feel like playing bass. But I sure do have a lot of nice basses, huh? This is nothing. So I got this and the other one. It's twinned. I've got, well, in my head I have 4 Thunderbirds, but actually I have this and another Thunderbird. I've got the Axe bass, the Punisher, and a BC Rich Mockingbird, black. They used to play. That's what I used to play back in the old Fatal Attraction days. I'd play the black Mockingbird or the black. It was a white, like an off-white '76 Thunderbird. I bought it in pieces, had it put together, and then the guitar player, his dad, just shot it with car paint, shot it black, and it shot. And shot his, I think he had his Explorer, Gibson Explorer, brought out. So we flew out, because I was out there in Texas where he lives, staying with his parents, trying to dry out, which was impossible. I dried out the first day because it's so hot. We went in the summertime. He didn't tell me, you know, Galveston, Houston is like the worst place in the world almost to be in the summer because it's so friggin' hot and humid. You take a shower, you're wet, you get out, you dry off, you're wet, you put on your clothes, you're even wetter. You go outside, you get in the car, you put on the air, you finally start to cool off, you get out and you're sweaty again. It's horrible. And I was there like 3 long, horrifying weeks, and finally I told his dad, I can't do this. I can't just sit here and not drink. He goes, I got beers in the refrigerator in the garage. This is what I was drinking. I haven't drank in 14, 15 years. Don't miss it at all. And but then I was, you know, in 1989 or 1990, whenever we took this trip. Yeah, he wanted, him and Trey. See, this is the whole thing. This is what's getting me. Before the CD came out, Trey was Trey. Then the CD is coming out. And now he's getting asked all these questions about, the band and all this stuff. And I'd throw up some songs or videos and people would see it. And he talked about it. And immediately his head started to explode like it did when he was a kid. I mean, he was a kid when we did Fatal Attraction. Because I was 21, I think. 20 or 21 when we met. He was like 16. So, yeah, he was like 16, I think. So, whatever the age difference is. And so whatever. But he was very, he gets his mind set on something and he does it. That's why he's always semi-successful at what he does. Semi. It always seems like he shoots and he just bunk. I always think he could do a little, but then he just. But hey, man, I'd like to see him pull out of what I'm trying to pull out of. But that's a whole different story. I'd like to see anybody go through what I've gone through. I want to meet somebody that's done something, lost their job, had divorce, house taken away, thrown back at their parents. Then they're going to go move back in with their wife. They come back to get their stuff, get in a head-on collision, go into the hospital at the beginning of summer, wake up after the surgery. It's, the end of summer. Summer's over, and you've been in a coma the whole time. You've died several times. You've got nothing. I had nothing. I didn't even have these bases. These 3 bases I bought since the accident. I went on a little spending spree because I had some money saved up and stuff like that, and I figured, well, I got to do something. So I started buying guitars and basses and deals. I just stay up because I was in pain all friggin' night. I could not. I'm still the same way because I'm on no pain medication now, and it's a nightmare because I don't get any sleep. But it's better than being like. I'm sure there's still. I got 500 videos up. I'm sure there's still some videos up of me going. And so I asked friends, if you see the videos, tell me what they're called so I can take them down. Because I was making a lot of videos, like I said. Got like 500 of them. A lot of them are just, I want to see me playing guitar. Or bass, rarely bass. Or I'm trying to write a song and I don't have my little... I'd rather just, bing, that's easier. And then I throw it on and other people can see it and I don't care. Because if they rip me off, I can sue them. Songs. But it's rarely happened. There's a few out there. There's a few songs that are very questionable by some people that sound a lot like songs I wrote, but not enough. So, what can you do? I'm just yapping now. So I don't know. Oh yeah. So anyways, it looks like this whole the CD coming out went to Trey's head. He's put together a band called, what is it? Valentine Rodeo. It's kind of like country western songs like from the 80s or whatever he said. I like country western until it turned into southern rock bullcrap. I like, like Charlie Pride and friggin' Hank Williams and, what's the guy friggin' just the guy that was always in Trillion, man, and Black Johnny Cash. That's what I like. I don't like this crap they have out now. I don't know what he does, but he's saying he's doing this, but he's doing it with like a 80s metal like flair. Like he's the 80s metal flair because he was a rock god. And he's got to remember who created that image. I got some other goof to get into this evil looking image and we did this dark thing. It was in a band called Trick or Treat. And then he kind of went off on his own, and he was like, to me, he looked like an evil pilgrim, because he had his goofy hat, and he got long hair. But I like him, you know. I love you, Mandy, but... So, you know, I started that mess, and then Trey comes bouncing back into the picture, and I try to make him a blonde version of Mandy, but Trey can't growl. He doesn't even have Mandy's range. All he's got is Screech. So, fine. That's fine for that era, so he does it. And he gets his screeching under control, so by 1989, 1990, we were pretty good. I left the band for a year, went and worked, went and got a job with Disney, and worked my way up until union stuff got in the way, and I had to make a choice. I either had to move to friggin' Florida, or I was gone. And so I was gone. And so I went back into music, and then, you know, they got rid of their bass player, Fatal Attraction, after, you know, not having me in the band for, well, let me see, we played our first show October 13th, 1988, and then I came back August of 89, or July or August of 89, yeah, because by August of 89, we were in Arizona doing, you know, going out of state and being treated like a real band, like rock stars. The place would pay us. We actually made money. I never saw a dime, but I got all the drinks and other things that I could ask for, more than I could ask for. It was great. I loved playing Arizona and all the other places, but I always liked Phoenix. That was like, it was like, but you know, so I was gone almost less than a year. But in that time, they got pretty big. So when I got back, we got bigger. By 90, we were selling out the Halloween of 1990. We sold out the whiskey, and I know my friend's gonna go, "And we opened for you." Yeah, well, you only played like twice, both at the whiskey, I think, and I saw you with Tony once, and the other time, I guess I didn't see you because you were opening. I didn't even know. But yeah, we sold that friggin' place out, the whiskey. So this was like Motley Crue stat. I'm thinking, friggin' finally, and there was record companies there, and we had our management, and I thought, finally, this is gonna happen. And then it all, 91 just went, and everything turned. It flipped. We could feel it, because everything was getting stupid. There was bands like Nitro, with the guy with like 2 guitar necks sticking out, and then the singer who married Lita Ford with his hair was like this high, like 3 feet high, and he'd squeal. Whee! And it was like, oh, this is ridiculous. So it had, and then we had Warrant. Warrant was sick, sickening, like crappy, not sick, like cool. I don't even know if that's what you call them, sick anymore, but it was crap. Warrant sucked. You know, rest in peace, Janie, but you sucked. And so it had to kind of come to an end, but it came to an end right when we were going to get, you know, something. And then so Johnny and Trey, you know, don't ask Mike, you know, the guy that actually came up with everything, came up with the dang concept. Don't ask him anything. You know, they decided they're going to take the makeup off. Gee, that's original. Kiss did that. At least Kiss did it for... If we would have stuck it out for 3 years with the makeup, we would have had a cult following. A real serious cult following. And it might have pushed it to where, you know, we would have more people wanting this CD than we do now. Because I think we've already... I don't know what we sold, but I'm not pushing it. I'm not pushing it anymore because I'm not seeing one dime. I mean, the guy, the record company, gave me 7 CDs, and they wanted $7 each back from all of them. Not even one free CD for me. Now I can see why the singer from Creature did what he did. He took off with like 5 of them or something. And Trey, he's got all these, CD covers that he's signed or supposed to sign, and I'm supposed to sign, and then send them back. He won't even send them down. He hasn't even signed them. He's too busy with his new band and his new girlfriend, and a baby on the way from his ex-wife, from his second wife. It's just, he divorced this girl he's been with since the Fatal Attraction days, like 88, 89. Or 90, whenever they met. I can't remember. Probably 89, 90. He's with her all up until he starts to get the big head again. Divorces a poor chick. She's a little chunky, but hey, she's very nice. Gets in with some crazy broad. Knocks her up, and then divorces her because it's too much. And I understand. I've fallen in the same, but not quite like that. I didn't just jump in and buy a house and buy her a bunch of junk and then have everything blow up and then walk away and then have her pregnant. No, I would try to work it out as a kid, but do what you're gonna do. I did what I did. You gotta do what you gotta do. Right. But think about it. Think what you're doing. I don't even know who I'm talking to now. So anyways, this whole thing is kind of the CD is what I was trying to get to. Is now the CD thing has kind of triggered something with what's his name, and now he doesn't want to do any. We were supposed to do radios, promos, and I was gonna come up and play a couple songs. Oh no, I don't want you coming up and playing anything. It'll take away from the band. Dude, if you're a cover band, who cares? That's ego. That's your ego talking. Who gives a crap? We'd be playing 2 songs that you actually wrote. Whatever. So it's kind of all blown up into nothing. And I publicized that friggin' CD before it was out. My friend made a video for it for the first release when it was supposed to be out in friggin' October 31st. Didn't come out until friggin' who knows when it came out. I didn't even know when it came out. I didn't care anymore. And then when I found out it came out, I said, send me some. And he's like, well, I'll send them to you, but you got to buy them. I'm thinking, but, sell them for like 15 or 20 bucks. Who's going to buy a $15 or $20 CD from a band that's not even that well known? Nobody. I wanted these CDs, one for me, one for my son, one for my parents, one for my friends, that I named on the album, and that's it. And then I would maybe sell 1 or 2 to whoever. But not all of them. He knows that I'm going to end up having to eat all this, so I'm going to send him like 40 bucks and say, I'm done, dude. This is a bad mistake. How do I know how many albums or CDs are selling? How much money he's made? I've got to send somebody over there to find out. I'm going to talk to somebody about that. It's just a big mess. And Trey's like, well, I'm not that happy with the CD, and, it could have been better, the mix sucked. Everybody says it sucked, except not everybody. Some people actually do like it. There are people that do like the CD. I kind of like it. It's alright. I like the intro. I like the song arrangement's pretty good. I fought for the arrangement because he was going to flip and put it in some weird... There's a flow to it, and this is from people that grew up listening to albums. They have a beginning, a mid, and an end. They always try to set it up like that so the people can just put it on and listen to the whole thing, and it's like a journey. You're listening to it has a beginning, the intro, and then the song kind of takes you through the life of the band, and the songs kind of tie together, and then there's a closing. And the closing was supposed to be, the last one was supposed to be a demo, but he put the live song last, the demo before. So he doesn't get albums. So obviously the guy that's in charge of this record label doesn't know what an album is like, what it's like to listen to an album. So he must be like 10, 15 years younger than me at least, if not more. Which I wish I would have known. So This Trey's like, well, so we got a CD out now. Great. Dude, you've had CDs out. I've had like 7 versions of Fatal Attraction CDs out since 1999. So, whatever. And I've made nothing off them. I think I got a royalty check from mp3.com for like $4.23. I didn't cash it. I gotta find it so I can frame it. It's the only royalty check I ever got. Sad. And I spent a year putting this album, this last CD together, and then it it's pretty good. It's alright. I like it. It's alright. It is what it is. I hate that term, but I gotta use it. It is what it is. I'm through talking. I did some bad bass playing. You saw a lot of crap and me talking a lot. I'm done. Good day, everybody.